still not here. So what I'm thinking is, hey, what's up?
Hi.
You brought videos and everything?
Yes, kinda. I've got some aloe vera juice.
Hello.
How you doing? You're right.
Cliff, I'm running downhill. Be right there. So I think this will be really funny because we just have the logo on there.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking you sit in the middle chair, and I'll just fade in, and you're just there saying hello. I'm Lloyd Tolkien.
Oh,
Cliff
God.
Broadway is usually here, but he's not yet. So you just got me today.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
So, camera's right there, and then there's like a 5-second delay when you'll see it.
Right. Okay. So I get to see me on there as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
And everybody chatting and stuff like that. So that's the that's what the camera looks like. That's it. And we can fade in 5, 4, 3. We actually there you go.
Oh, nice.
That's a bit better. And look at the camera and 3, 2.
Live from Meltdown Comics. My name is Roy Tolkien, and Clifford isn't here, so I'm doing the show all on my own today because we don't need him anyway because he's crap and a failure and late. I don't know what to do now. Give me some pointers.
Well,
read these things here.
Yeah, you got people in the chat room.
Okay.
We're at the OneRing.net.
Yeah, we're at the OneRing.net live broadcast all over the world. Hi, Royd. Hi. Oh my God. Hello. My God, face I do. This is bizarre. This is. Last time I did this, it was in New Zealand with Cliff, and he was there that time, but this time he's not. So I'll just ramble on.
Well, you were an actor in the movie, so you should
Yeah.
know what to do.
Oh, I heard a hello. Wasn't Cliff though. What a loser! What an idiot! This is his show. Yeah. And I'm here with a mate who knows all about Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah. Hi.
Come in.
Hi. I'm here. He's not here. But there's a seat here waiting
Look,
for him.
empty seat.
But you know, look at us. Right on time.
We should get like a blow-up doll or something and stick him here.
What can we
Put
put
like
there?
that thin line of white that he has on his chin. That'll do.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
Here you are.
Here he is. Oh, he's just arrived.
Hey, Cliff, how you doing? I'm all right. I'm doing pretty good, huh? It's so good to be here, and so have you. Have you got anything to say? What are you doing in LA? Oh God, Cliff. Cliff. Oi.
Come on, Cliff.
You're late. He's downstairs. He's
Is he
chatting up.
here?
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, no, he's just chilling. He's just chilling out.
He's just chilling out. Yeah. I
Playing
mean,
someone
his
up.
show. You know.
Well, you could go through the news, show everybody what's new on.
Oh, okay.
Go.
This is new.
Ta-da.
Is that right? This is out, I believe, today. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Just been published. It's a illustrated edition of the fantasy classic with 6 new pages of artwork, and it looks pretty good, that doesn't it?
That does look
Look.
good. Fits.
Should we just sit here silently and read it?
We'll start from the beginning. We've got
Okay.
time. He's going to take his time. So.
Yeah. Oh, here he is.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, what's going on in here? Oh look, there's a live audience there somewhere. How'd that happen?
Hi.
How you
Hi.
doing, Cliff?
Georgie, how you
Georgie,
doing?
it's a pleasure to meet you. And,
Pleasure.
what a delightful addition to our Rogues
Oh, yeah.
Gallery.
This is you.
I'm just, I'm just taking over your spot while you were,
Please do. No, heaven forbid that we should have a show with a missing host.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen numerous times.
We were doing all right though.
Yeah, I
I
bet
mean,
you were.
well, actually, standing Cliff
Yeah.
was much better. Oh,
Is he really?
hey, what's
Oh,
this one
what
here?
have I got here?
Oh, ta-da!
I'm sure the audience is enjoying that. Hi, Pipsky. So I'm going to do a sneaky...
Oh, come round this way.
Yes, I can.
Can you fit in?
Yes, I can.
Jump.
Watch the wires.
Watch the wires.
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you want Cliff
No.
2 black?
I have dexterity beyond
You can
my
have him
years.
back.
Dexterity beyond my years. Look at this.
Hang on. Let me
Technical
unwrap you.
jiggery
There you go.
pokery happening over here.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. Oh, look at that.
Ah.
Did I say dexterity beyond my years? Or did I? Hello, everybody.
Finally. I look tiny.
Breathing. Lucky for me, I remembered how to breathe and run at the same time. At the same time, I was tweeting, Facebooking, foursquaring, and getting everybody in the pop culture webverse to realize that we had a special show today. Oh my God! Do we have a special
and you
show
weren't
or
here.
what? And I wasn't even here
It's
for
been
it.
on for half an hour.
Oh my God! Wait, did I miss the time change or something? Hey, everybody, Roy Tolkien. Hello
Cliff,
there,
nice to
Georgie.
meet you.
Hello,
Hello.
officially, darling, lovely. What's going on here? This is a
Right.
chat room with 474 active viewers, and this is our camera. And wait a minute. Whoa, we're up to 500 people now. That happens really fast. And
pretty good.
all this for me climbing over a desk, and you don't even know what you're watching yet. Justin, thank you very much for starting the show off.
Yeah.
That was him.
Without him.
Without me. Yeah, all right, hi, guys. No, literally, I was holding my phone and sending a tweet while I was running downhill, and I only live 2 blocks away. But, coming here to Meltdown Comics is like, my favorite Tuesday ritual. And thank you guys for joining us here live as we bring J.R.R. Tolkien's great-grandson and an intriguing conversation about pop culture and its collision with the world of high fantasy.
Intriguing. Hang on.
Did I?
We
That's
weren't
a bit-
prepped
I-
about
Yeah,
this.
hang on.
Are you sure you can deliver on that? Can you deliver on
Blimey.
that, Roy? How are you doing?
Good. How was the karaoke? Did you do it last night?
We did karaoke last night, and the level of embarrassment was somewhere on a scale of, 75 to 85%. It was great.
Good.
It was great. You can't drink on an empty stomach and then sing karaoke. Trust me, guys, you cannot do that. I learned.
That's the best kind, though, because if you do karaoke and you're really good, no one enjoys it, no one likes it, they want you to be bad. You have to be
Really?
bad.
Yeah.
You think?
If you get
Yeah.
up there and you're like, great, and you're like, meant to be on, I was going to say Top of the Pops, it doesn't exist over here, does it? If you're really good, then people are like, oh, here we go. But if falling over and can't hit a
I
note
get
or
that.
anything,
Yeah.
Well,
we love it.
I should have, I shouldn't have been so self-conscious about it, but no, I hammed it up.
Yeah.
I'm just a comedic ham.
Yeah.
And one rule of thumb that I've always believed is true: don't sing a down-tempo ballad. You want karaoke
yeah.
to be fun? Give the audience
Yeah.
something to dance to. Please, come on. Come on.
What did you
True.
sing?
I sang an old 80s pop hit from Haircut 100. It was called Love Plus One. You remember that?
Start it off.
Yeah. Start it off, okay? Where do we go from here?
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Is it down to the lake I fear? Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah.
Ay, ay,
Georgie's
ay,
a
ay,
singer.
ay, 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 ay. Here we
impressed
go.
with this.
It's not bad,
Know that?
actually.
That
Yeah.
was a
You
bit
know that
too
song?
good.
Oh my
I'm
God.
disappointed. I thought it was going to be worse than that.
Well, like I said, drinking all pitchers of Blue Moon on an empty stomach, I was somewhere else by then. But anyways, guys, we have the special pleasure of doing our second live interview with Mr. Tolkien. And the last time we did this, Justin helped arrange us doing a trans-Pacific Skype connection.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. When we were in New Zealand doing something.
What were we doing? Oh, something secret that we still can't
Yeah.
talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Is it safe?
Oh, yeah, I nearly.
Yeah,
I
just-
was, yeah, it's good. He's just informed me that I can't talk.
Shh, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we
Can you
ever talk
imagine?
about that, you didn't hear it here first.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
they
Like
hear
if you
it.
could hear the whisper and stuff.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that the fans usually do hear things first on this live
okay.
show. And then a couple of weeks later, it will get amplified into larger media structures. For
Yeah.
example, the announcement of 2 Hobbit films being made by Peter Jackson expanded to 3 Hobbit films. Justin and I were standing on the red carpet talking to these folks at San Diego Comic-Con,
Oh, yeah.
doing a live feed, talking to you folks. I know you were there. Jenny, I know you were definitely. So was Pete. Here's our friends, our usual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our usual suspects who join us every week. And our fans here were with us. We got the information from Peter
Yeah.
because some lady standing next to me had the wherewithal to ask, Peter, so what's going on? Any truth that you're going to take the 2 films and maybe expand it? Make a 3rd? And he said, yeah, I'd like to do that. I really would. And then it appeared on our live feed first. You guys were there. I know you
Wow.
were there. 2 weeks later, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, and the LA Times make a big announcement that was official from the studio.
Wow.
And so, in case you say something, a little slip of the tongue,
Oh.
a little slip of the silver-coated tongue, it will end up getting out to the airwaves, trust me. So
yeah.
be,
I'm,
careful.
I'm not, though. But, my lips are sealed,
Really?
possibly.
Are you sure?
No,
When can we?
usually I,
When,
I don't know.
how much time before we can talk about this project?
Does it...
3 weeks?
I think in sometime in November. I think,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
Okay, okay.
Or maybe December.
Or maybe we
Or
don't know.
now.
Or now. Oh, now. I'd love to talk about it now. No,
Yeah.
man. Okay. I'd love to, but we did sign a non-disclosure agreement, written in
Hey,
blood.
I
Okay.
never.
We did. You never did?
No, I did.
Yeah, you did. I know you did. I know you did for sure. So tell me,
Yeah.
how are you enjoying Los Angeles, and
Oh,
what kind of feedback are you hearing from the fans?
I'm loving it. I haven't been here for 4 years.
That long?
Yeah. So I've not been back here for 4 years. So it's a long overdue trip. And I've caught up with a load of friends, and I'm doing some stuff over here. Again, stuff that I can't really talk about.
Oh. Okay.
Slightly related to the New Zealand trip and other stuff unrelated to that.
You
but
guys must
yeah.
hate this whole bait and
Oh,
switch
God.
routine that we
I'm
do.
so sorry.
We're teasing
Yeah.
you guys with these little apples in front of the horse and never ever letting you have a bite until, well, when? When
You know what?
when can we spill something?
I'll find out.
Okay.
Because there was a hint that I spoke to someone, and there was a hint that I could maybe say something before it was properly announced, but I don't know. I need to find out properly
all right.
first.
Well, in the meantime,
You never signed
No, it's true. I haven't signed anything. I could tell you
Really?
everything.
but you didn't hear anything from those of us who did sign something.
No, of course I didn't. No.
See, wink.
I didn't hear or see anything.
Yeah, there's
no.
evidence now.
That's really funny. Georgie, tell me, what line of work you in, and what brings you to LA?
Yeah.
We want to learn something about this
Yeah.
delightful individual here on our right.
Yeah, I'm a singer and an actress. And
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I went to LA when I was 2 years old, so I don't remember anything.
Really?
Yeah, so this is my first time since. And yeah,
Wow.
so I'm just here to explore, to see how I love LA and see if LA loves me. And
Mhm.
and first 2 days I hated it, and then third day everything changed, and now I never want to go home.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, this is kind of like an episode of Stephen Fry in America.
Yeah.
I have all these visiting Brits who are
Yeah.
coming here to inspect and analyze the state of our great nation. You know, giving your... I love it. I just love it. You are very welcome here in LA, and I'm sure
you.
I'm sure you're getting a warm embrace from the industry and from, you know, people around town. I'm sure.
It has been, yeah, very exciting. It suddenly feels like life's coming together. That sounds really dramatic, but it is like that. It feels like I've met so many amazing people, and yeah, it feels like everything's sort of coming into place. Fingers crossed.
Okay, you have an experienced background in music and songwriting, okay?
Yes.
And you, sir, have
Oh,
a
yeah.
bit of experience in film and a
Uh-huh.
little bit of experience in producing as well.
Uh-huh.
So let's combine our forces together. And I know a couple of things about I know a couple of things about Tolkien and the world of the Lord of the Rings. So let's bring all of this together: music, film, and Tolkien, and let's talk about Howard Shore and his contributions as a musician, and the vocalists, the very, very interesting vocalists that he's been hiring to work with on the new Hobbit film.
Oh, I don't even know that.
All right, Crowded House, lead singer,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
just got announced a couple of days ago that he will be doing the song at the end credits
Oh,
of The Hobbit.
superb.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Isn't that Neil Finn?
Yeah.
Isn't that Neil Finn? Yes, that's Neil Finn, yes.
Yeah.
Now, previously, we've had nothing but female vocalists doing work with Howard Shore. And the great performance by Bjork never happened because at the time they were doing the Two Towers recording, she was about to give birth. She was on the table, literally, delivering her baby. So they had Emiliana Torini, another very capable vocalist, come in and do Gollum's song for the Two Towers. Enya was divine in Fellowship of the Ring, and of course Annie Lennox took home the Oscar for Return of the King. How do you think Neil Finn is going to do with a Hobbit song? What do you think?
I
I
think
think
it'd be
it would be
fantastic.
absolutely
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah?
Of
Brilliant.
course, yeah.
He's a legend.
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
I can't
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
to hear it.
Yeah?
That'd be great.
You guys didn't know this until now?
No. Breaking news, everyone.
For us.
For us, just for us, you all knew.
Yeah. So I guess you could say it can't be underestimated how tremendous the musical contribution is to the
Yeah.
storytelling.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Don't
Yeah.
you think? The new Hobbit trailer came out, and although we love it and we're amazed at all the spoilers and the images of creatures, and Gollum is there, the new trailer doesn't have a speck of music from Howard Shore. And that's the one thing all the fans complained about.
Oh, doesn't it?
Yeah, they used
I've not seen the new trailer.
Really?
No.
Dial it up. Let's dial up the new
Oh.
trailer.
Let's
and
do it,
let's
right
show.
here.
Can we show the audience our trailer, Justin? And also show our friends? Do we have the technical...
Let me see if we still have
Do we have the technical jiggery pokery to make it happen? I hope we can.
I like this thing, jiggery pokery.
That's what we do behind the scenes.
Did you invent that?
No. It was a term that the OneRing.net started using about 10 years ago, and I've kind of fallen into it myself.
Well done.
No, really, you haven't seen the new trailer yet?
No, not seen it. No.
Really? Okay.
No. And so who's doing the music on it?
The music on the score, just the temp tracks,
Yeah.
are some other featured artists. I think we did an article about them 2 weeks ago, maybe
Right.
3, and I don't remember their name right now. But the Howard Shore music, I just think is essential. It's now essential because you can't watch the film trilogy that Peter Jackson did without really thinking about and being moved by the music. And that vocalist who sings at the very end of Moria sequence after Gandalf has died, and Frodo is standing there in tears, and the hobbits are completely collapsed in grief, and the audience doesn't know what to do, and you just hear this vocalist singing this high, distant, angelic note off on a cloud somewhere. And that's the kind of contribution that I think that musicians and vocalists are making to Middle-earth. It's not always just about the words. In many cases, it's about combining image and form and music. And this is what I think Peter Jackson excels at.
Absolutely,
He excels at
yes.
that.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%. Like, we need all three counterparts to make the magic happen, you know.
Yeah.
And
Would you like to be someday perhaps involved?
Yes, someone help me out. Next film, I'll sing the soundtrack. Yeah,
Okay. God, that'd be great.
that would be amazing. Yeah.
That would be really awesome. Royd, what do you
But
think?
Howard Shore is doing the music though, because
He is.
because he was in New Zealand, and I think he's in London now.
Well,
scoring.
let's not confuse anyone. Howard Shore is doing all the music for the films.
Yes.
And we heard a lot of Howard Shore's music in the teaser trailer from 7-8 months ago.
Right.
But we don't hear his music right now in the brand new trailer.
Okay.
That's kind of funny, though.
Yeah,
You
why?
know where we hear Howard Shore's music?
A bizarre twist of what Warner Brothers is doing. That music, that Gandalf music that I just talked about, where he's dead in Fellowship, that music is being used in the trailer of Man of Steel. It's now been transitioned over as a Superman motif.
Really?
In the trailer,
okay.
Warner Brothers has done this. It's true. And there's a lot of fans who love it, like Justin. And there's a lot of fans like me who are upset about it and think that's wildly inappropriate.
So you think that it should be preserved strictly,
Exclusive.
exclusively for Lord of the Rings?
Do you use James Bond movies for a Harry Potter trailer?
That's a good idea. I mean, no, it's not.
God. Well, I mean, seriously, what would happen? What would happen if you start taking iconic piece of music, which is really identified with one film franchise, and then just borrow it and use it for some other marketing campaign? Justin thinks it's a great idea. I don't.
What an idiot.
It's 10 years old. The music's 10 years old.
Ed, does that make it any less iconic?
It's one part of Howard Shore's thing. They use like 30 seconds of like the whole score.
Yeah, but every fan in the audience instantly said, "Oh, that's Fellowship music. That's not Man of Steel music." Everyone knows.
But
Anyway.
that helps, doesn't it, though? Because then it attracts them to Man of Steel. Because music is a really big thing. Like, I know I hear a song that I haven't heard for like 8 years, and I'm back at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, 8 years ago when, I don't know, whatever was going on. But
Okay.
you remember that and you feel it because of the music. So if someone's so connected to that music you were speaking of, and then it comes back 10 years later with something else, they'll automatically be connected to Man of Steel.
Justin, you have a new
Even
ally.
if
You have a
it's
new ally.
no, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but
No,
I'm still saying that it worked.
Okay.
It's effective.
It is.
Whether
You're
it's
right.
morally
Yeah.
wrong, I don't
It is
know.
effective. Well, no, I don't think
It's
there's
also
a moral
bloody good
equation,
music
but
as well, isn't it? So
It is.
You know.
It sure is.
And so they probably. Oh, I wonder if they just realised that that would be the perfect music to use for that trailer, and so that's why they used it. Or do you think it's some marketing ploy or some other reason? Why do you think they did that?
I think it is a marketing ploy, but and that's in alignment with what Georgie just said. It is more effective. It is effective because there's an emotional, resonant place where that music lives within a theater audience. You put that theater audience in a different theater without Frodo crying, without Gandalf dead, and just give us some images of Kal-El, son of Jor-El, and his struggle to find his humanity even though he knows he's an alien. Okay, it's a totally different repurposing of the music, but it is poignant, it is powerful, and it is memorable. But I find myself with the burden of association to the original.
Sure.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
Do we have the trailer?
Oh, it's
Oh,
ready.
here comes Man of Steel. the trailer. He's going to pull that up. He's really pulling that up. Here it goes.
Oh, does it come on here?
You will give the people an ideal to strive towards.
That's Russell Crowe. That's his dad.
They'll race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
Super effective.
Wow! What a great trailer. Crap music.
Now, there's another version
Yeah.
with a different voiceover.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, being spoilt now.
Yeah, there's a
that's a
version
good
of that
picture.
trailer with Kevin Costner giving the voiceover.
Oh, I see.
Russell Crowe plays his father from Krypton.
Okay.
Previously Marlon Brando.
Previously
Yeah.
Marlon
Yeah.
Brando's role, and his father on Earth in the cornfields. So he has his other father giving this other advice. It is an interesting marketing. Oh, but all I can see is Sam and Frodo bawling their eyes out, and all I can hear is Sean Bean saying, "Give them a moment, for pity's sake." and all I can hear is Vigo saying, "Legolas, get them up. Get them up."
You're not just anyone. One day, you're gonna have to make a choice. You have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be. Whoever that man is, good character or bad, he's gonna change the world.
That music, I mean, with that imagery.
So there's no getting away from it being what it was originally.
Yeah.
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 Well,
And then as long as we're on the trailer kick.
oh my gosh, I'm
Okay.
excited. You guys.
Far to the east, over ranges and rivers, lies a single solitary peak. The dwarves are determined to reclaim their homeland.
I like visitors as much as the next Hobbit. But I do like to know them before they come visiting.
Mr. Baggins? At your service.
I'm surrounded by dwarves. What are they doing here?
Oh, they're quite a merry gathering.
So, this is the Hobbit.
You asked me to find the 14th member of this company, and I have chosen Mr. Baggins.
Me? No.
Hobbits can pass unseen by most if they choose, which gives us a distinct advantage.
We will seize this chance to take back Erebor!
Here, Mr. Bilbo! Where are you off to? I'm going on an adventure!
Mithrandir, why the halfling?
Why Bilbo Baggins? Perhaps it is because I'm afraid. And it gives me courage.
So this is your purpose, to enter the mountain?
What of it?
There are some who would not deem it wise.
A dark power has found a way back into the world.
Why don't we have a game of riddles?
And if it loses, what then? If it loses, precious, then we eat it. If Baggins loses, we eat it whole.
Fair enough.
I will take each and every one of these dwarves over the mightiest army. Loyalty, honor, a willing heart. I can ask no more than that. Home is now behind you. The world is ahead.
Well, that could have been worse.
Oh, I can't wait.
So,
Just can't wait to see it.
it doesn't it look like crazy?
Oh,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So none of that obviously was Howard Shore, the music on
None of that.
that trailer.
No, actually, quite a bit of that sounded like a mix of Narnia, Prince Caspian music.
Uh-huh.
I heard a little bit of that Narnia music, and it sounded like some other temporary score that they had thrown in.
Right.
But, it's for the fans, everyone wrote online all at the same time. Love these images. Love seeing Sylvester McCoy as this new
yeah.
Radagast character. And there's even a bunny sled. Did you see the bunny
Yeah,
sled?
yeah.
You saw that? I mean, well, that's there's Welsh jackrabbits. Of course, you've got them in your backyard.
Yeah.
But to us, they're this big. Not like the normal little bunny. This is like a mutant bunny. You guys have mutant bunnies.
Oh, they're all over the place, yeah.
They are, but now,
Jumping around.
and now here Radagast, in his infinite wisdom, has teamed them together on a dog sled. I love it. I
Very
think it's
cool.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
But
He hates animals.
oh yeah, of course.
Who does that to bunnies? Cute little bunnies.
They're willing
Okay,
participants.
so
Oh,
the
come
big
on.
argument on the music thing is why does
Right.
the Hobbit trailer get to use other people's music? The Two Towers trailer, the old Lord of the Rings trailers
Okay.
from 10 years ago,
Okay.
they got to use other movies' music, and everyone was like, wow, this is great, this is fantastic. Man of Steel uses Lord of the Rings to great effect, and I think
Yeah.
wonderfully done, and everyone's like, oh, well, that's...
An outrage.
Everyone.
Don't make me laugh. You're gonna make me cough again. Gosh, that's funny. So, what do you guys think?
I think it looks great. To go back to the trailer, the Man of Steel trailer, is that the general consensus that it's just people aren't getting it because it's from Howard Shore's score?
Oh no,
Is that the general opinion? Is that
everyone seems to get it and enjoys it very, very much. The
Yeah.
only people who are raising a flag of contention, if there is one to be had, it's us Ringer fans.
Yeah.
Who are just
Right,
saying,
yeah.
you copped out and stole our music from Howard Shore.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But
I
that's-
can see that. I can see that point.
And that, well, hey, now this is one of the things about fandom. Fandom, when you're really involved in something and you really appreciate it, and you're
Yeah.
a big, big fan,
Yeah.
you end up with a sense of ownership in
Right,
a
yeah.
way. You know
Yeah.
that audience
Yeah.
that feels like they're connected to it in such a personal way.
Yeah.
That's fascinating for me to watch. And this is a psychological game that I see being played between the studio and the marketing executives and the fans. I find it very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a mistake that they chose that music for the Man of Steel trailer.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's some level of calculation there. I would say. But
Yeah.
all to the good, at least. Everyone is now talking about both properties at the same time. And for Warner Brothers,
okay.
that's nothing but good.
Yes.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full
So
publicity and
Yeah.
so everyone's talking with great interest about the Man of Steel, more than they otherwise would. So for them, I can see it's rather shrewd.
Really?
Rather shrewd and
It's
very smart.
Superman.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're
Is it?
gonna talk about
It's a
that.
Superman film
Yeah.
that doesn't even have the name Superman in the title of the film.
Neither did Batman.
Batman
Oh.
Begins. Yes. Yes, it did.
The Dark Knight.
Well,
Yeah, it's
that.
true.
The Dark Knight Rises. Two of the best movies ever made.
And you say the Dark Knight, and everybody knows of whom you speak.
The same with the Man of Steel. You say
Okay,
Man of
okay, okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And you don't have to be American. I mean, where you're from? Where you know Man of Steel.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Mars, where you're from, on
Yeah.
Mars, yeah.
Even from where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah, was the subtext. Even from the boonies where you're from. Oh my gosh. Well, so, what do you think? This Hobbit trailer came out, and then Warner Brothers launched 5 alternative endings to the trailer. So you can
Right.
click on thehobbit.com, you can watch the trailer with a different optional
Wow.
ending. And one of them is really quite funny. It's really quite funny. It's where the dwarves and Gandalf are leaving on their early morning adventure on their first day out.
Right.
So they're just on their ponies and on their horses, and they're trolloping along through the happy little Shire land. And then somebody tosses a bag of gold back to another dwarf, catches a bag, and all of the dwarves are like throwing bags of gold, and some of them are quite happy, some of them are not. And Gandalf's voiceover says, they were placing bets on whether you would make it or not. And Bilbo's looking and saying and see which of the dwarves are actually gaining their bet from who won. And Bilbo says, "And what about you?" And Gandalf chuckles and says, "Oh, my lad, I never doubted you." And then he reaches up and grabs his bag of gold that he wins.
Sweet.
It's really
lovely.
funny. So I think there's going to be this kind of sense of humor and playfulness.
Yeah, you could see that from that trailer as well.
Don't you think? Yeah. So let's get to some questions that our fans had on our Facebook page. Earlier this afternoon, I was looking at our Facebook timeline, and we announced our show.
Right.
And we said, "Hey, fans, do you have any questions for Roy Tolkien?" One fan asked one question. It was the only one I saw that was worth bringing. He said, "In your childhood, did you ever get to hold in your hands and scan or see any original manuscripts from your great-grandfather? Have you seen some of the stuff up close yourself?"
I've seen it up close. Not as a child did we have that, because it's all in the libraries and museums. I think it's in the Bodleian in Oxford.
And quite a few at Marquette University in Wisconsin. Yes.
But there was, for the centenary, there was an exhibition put on at, I think if I remember rightly, it was the Bodleian, with various pictures and bits and pieces. And so we were able to see it up close, but you can't handle that sort of stuff anymore. But no, I mean, it wasn't that we had, reams of paperwork or anything that we could just kind of rifle through and see extra notes on things. Oh, no, there was. No, there wasn't anything like that.
You never had anything in the family album or a keepsake book or something that you never...
Oh, well, letters and things, yeah.
Oh, well, that's great,
No,
too.
I thought it was specific sort of manuscripts on Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. No, those are all under lock and key, but... Yeah, letters and photos and things like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Everything of fictional writing has been gifted or donated.
Yeah, or it's preserved in the correct place, being looked after quite carefully.
All right, I have to ask you this. I may have before. Forgive the redundancy. How old were you when you first read this book?
I was about 9.
Oh, yeah?
Round about 9 when I first read it. It was read to me when I was younger by my parents, but when I first sort of properly picked it up and read it myself, of my own accord, it was when I was about 9.
Yeah? And
it's all right.
And it's great. I started off at about 10.
I think I was 9
when
I read it. I remember I was in Poland. My mum's Polish.
Yeah.
And we used to get a bit bored on the summer holidays. And my sister and I had a competition. And I was reading The Hobbit, and I can't remember what she was reading. And it was who could read the book the fastest. And my dad would give us, I think, like 10 quid or something, like whoever read it the fastest.
Oh, that's a great deal.
So it was like trying to read it, but obviously it's a good book to read quickly because you can't put it down. And I think I did win.
So you guys, you've been a Ringer fan since you were 9. Really?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And not long since you read The Lord of the Rings after that?
Oh yeah, I read them all.
Yeah? Awesome. That's awesome. All right.
Yes,
we have a growing list of pop stars who are secret Tolkien fans. Justin Timberlake, come out wherever you are.
Is he?
Yeah, come on, JT, big time.
Oh, cool.
He can quote the Silmarillion, and he knows details.
Blimey.
Yeah, fans.
We need to get in touch with him while we're here.
Yeah, definitely. So that is so cool. And what was the impact on you when you read The Hobbit, dug into that world, and found yourself thinking, oh, well, that's what he did. That's what he accomplished.
Really, for me, it wasn't about that when I was that age. When I first read The Hobbit, it was a natural evolution for me because of being around it all my life, and also being around the Tolkien Society when they throw an event every year in Oxford called the Oxenmoot. And also as a child, we used to open up because we lived on a small holding, which is a smaller farm. And we would have summer moots there. So of a summertime, members of the Tolkien Society would come up and camp in the fields and play games and sing and cook food over a fire. And that was really cool. And as a kid, for me, that was kind of like just a fun thing to do. And so it wasn't like a sudden abrupt, oh my God, this is a world that's there and I've just been thrown right into it. It's kind of just, it evolved slowly through my childhood. But yeah, so the impact for me, really, and I've thought about this before, it's when I started high school, and my English teacher got me to stand up and introduced me. And
gosh. And put you on the spot?
Put me on the spot and said, you know, this guy's related to Tolkien. We're going to be reading The Hobbit this year. And for me, that was just weird. But it kind of made me think, okay, there's more out there than I've comfortably been enclosed within, you know.
Right.
Not that I've been shielded from anything, but, you know, other people out there know about it. And kind of I realised more about my great-grandfather being as famous as he is, that we're going to be reading one of his books in school. So it's kind of, and it was a bit naff actually, because, you know, these were guys, it was literally one of the first lessons I had when I started high school, and I didn't know anyone in the class properly then, there was a lot of strangers there, and it just wasn't very nice for kind of like, you know, 11-year-old kid to kind of go like, oh
totally
God.
put you on the spot.
Although,
absolutely,
but at the same time, you probably got really popular from it.
No,
wanting to be your friend.
No, God, no.
Or the opposite.
No, none of that, because it was just a book, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and,
I guess they didn't know.
You know,
and they were probably thinking, oh, this guy's responsible for us getting stuck with this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
They were probably thinking you were responsible somehow.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
is there family acknowledgement of the books, or is it kind of like when you turn 9 or 10, like you'll discover it through other means, and then your parents or the family says, well, this is who your grandfather or great-grandfather.
No, I knew already, and it was just, I decided kind of naturally to sort of pull the book off the shelf and just read it for myself. But there's no pressure or, you know, hey, you know, get your eyes around this book here, and then when you've done that, get on to Lord of the Rings, and then after that, and then write an essay. And it was none of that. It was all very easy and natural, and there was no pressure to pick it up, and it was just something I kind of just did.
Is the family active in the Tolkien community and society back home? Or is it, because there's a reputation of it. Every Tolkien family just kind of keeps to themselves and lets the world enjoy everything.
Well, there is with the Tolkien Society. Up until a few years ago, my great aunt Priscilla was regularly attending it in Oxford.
Yeah.
But she just became it just became sort of too much. She was, you know, she's obviously older, and so she occasionally we go down. Like myself will go down, or some other member of the family will go there.
It's a wonderful event. I've attended.
It's great, yeah. Oh, have you? When was that?
When we were shooting Ringers, Lord of the Fans. We did get some very good footage and interviewed the top people there.
Right, yeah.
The Tolkien Society.
They're brilliant people. I've known them practically all my life.
Yeah.
Some of the long-term members.
Yeah.
And they're really nice people, you know, just genuinely lovely people, and they're just passionate about Tolkien and his works, his literary works, and also they're passionate about the films as well. But yeah, so I've known about that. That's always been there for me, that side of things, and I haven't been for a few years because it was on like it was about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, it was.
Something relatively, something around there. And I was away at that time, so every time I intend to go, and I always put it in the diary, this is when Oxen Moose's happening and I must get there.
Yes.
Just something crops up, so I'm determined to go back there, and I wanted to as well, because it's a great thing to do.
Except
it's great just to hang out there.
Except for an interfering little secret project that we're not supposed to talk about.
Yeah, there was that. That was getting in the way of it, yeah.
Hey.
So what edition did you read? Did you read a first edition that just happens to be on the bookshelf?
I've got a copy of The Hobbit that was signed by Tolkien, by great-grandfather, so I've got sort of my own copy.
Really?
That I read, yeah, and it's kind of really thumbed and knackered, and the front cover's kind of coming off, but it's yeah, so I've got
he
knackered,
said the word knackered. Live on our show.
Like,
about what?
What's naff?
Naff? Oh yeah. Yeah,
sort of
naff
means
sort of
tacky
in the UK.
Yeah,
that's what naff is.
Yes,
yeah.
and they spell theater with an R-E, and they drive on the wrong side of the road.
Add a U and everything.
Yeah, give them a break. Give them a break. This is the Anglophile edition of Porn Tuesdays. Okay, so no, really.
So what do you think of like the graphic novels coming out, and you know? Like,
yeah, look at this.
This generation of people discovering.
We covered this when you weren't here at the beginning.
Yeah, we've done this. We have to repeat ourselves
repeat
now.
it all again.
Well, now that we have 1,000 live viewers, let's show our audience, something about what we're talking about. Yeah. Total, we've had 14,400 lives so far in the past 39 minutes.
So this is the book.
That's a live audience for you.
And that's the graphic novel.
Yes.
I love that.
Open up
So
the
that's
pages.
I have the single edition of this. I do. I have the single
that's
edition.
not
No, this is the combined edition that was illustrated by David Wenzel, and this is really, really great watercolor. That autograph is actually the guy who did the annotated edition. That's Douglas Anderson.
Nice.
Mr. Douglas Anderson, a very well-known and respected Tolkien scholar who has put together single-handedly the best edition of The Hobbit, with all of his notes from other foreign editions and background of the poems and the linguistics.
There he is.
And there's great. Now, the other interesting autographs we have in here include Orlando Bloom, and there's Andy Serkis. We have an autograph from Gollum right there, Andy Serkis.
Wow.
And he says, "What have you got in your pockets, is?" And here's, this is my friend. I believe that is Matt Dravitsky.
Oh,
He's
Matt.
the head of the production over there at 3'7", working in Wellington. Here's Michael Pellerin. There's the guy who does all the DVD extras and behind the scenes. And here is Toriel's stunt double. This is Evangeline Lilly's stunt double, but that's actually Evangeline Lilly right there herself.
Oh,
brilliant.
Yes. Then I've got a few more dwarves and a few more autographs to get in that edition. And
You have a Tolkien autograph there.
not yet.
And you're not getting one either.
Drat. No, let's talk about this. What do you think about this new resurgence in
When was that drawn then? I thought that was new.
this?
Oh.
Well, this is a new combined edition, but it actually came out about 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe 4.
Get your facts right.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see
Brand
my
new.
research department?
Yep.
Slacking.
Yeah, this.
Where is it?
Yeah, actually, no. They did this adaptation in
2006.
Yep. Then they got this adapted in 1990, like a few decades ago, and yeah, it was published. Here it is. Blah 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 blah. It was reprinted in 2001 and in the UK in 2006. So, oh my God, there's about 8,000 million copyrights in there. But this is such a classic. This is an enduring classic. Every artist I know wants to take their hands to Tolkien and recraft it and adapt it. I know dancers and choreographers who want to do versions of the story. I know puppeteers who would love to do large-scale puppet versions. And these artists do a graphic novel. Peter Jackson is about to unleash upon us all a mega blockbuster version, which is going to be stuffed to the gills with other material that's not even in the book. Not even in the book. But that's the game that we're playing. What would you like to do? Would you like to tackle something in Middle-earth someday? And
I'll write a song about it.
would you?
Yeah.
That'd be
I'll do
great.
a whole album. Why not?
Do a song cycle. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next time I see you.
No, do it now.
No, Next time I see you, I'll write something.
Georgie, what kind of music is your favorite? What kind of influences do you have?
Well, my band is rock and roll. It's, but we call it rock and roll circus or like rock and roll cabaret because I've got a pet snake that I perform with and play with fire and angle grind and stuff. So it's about the music, which is rock and roll, influenced by the Beatles, the Who, the Stones, but at the same time it's a full-on show.
Very theatrical elements.
Yeah,
That's
Carnation
fantastic.
Twink.
Carnation Twink.
That's the name of the band.
Look it up,
Everyone
guys.
look it up
Yeah.
on Twitter and Facebook.
Facebook?
iTunes?
Yeah.
It's not on iTunes yet. There's lots of stuff on YouTube. You can see like the show and snippets and stuff.
Dig that on YouTube. Let's look up Carnation Twink.
YouTube.com/Georgina Leahy. So that's me.
How do you
Leahy.
Wow.
Leahy.
Yes, Georgina Leahy. And that's if you scroll past my acting show reel, and then you'll get down to the good music by Carnation Twink. Yeah.
How many plugs?
I know any more. Like, I'll try and think of something. My snake. No.
That's funny.
Chat room are asking you if she's gonna plug her band. Are you gonna plug your surfing line?
My surfing line.
You have a surfer look.
It's because it's bloody hot outside.
Necklace.
This is the Southern California experience that has reworked his stuffy Welsh demeanor.
Whoa! Steady on, mate.
His usual stuffy Welsh demeanor has now been course corrected. Is that true?
Yeah.
Come on.
And there's the link in the chat room they found you on Facebook.
Have they?
Yeah,
Where's that?
Northerner.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Hardly, no.
Cool.
Roy is the least stuffy person I know ever. I'm completely joking, but do you feel that Southern California has had any effect on you?
Yeah.
We never want to leave.
Yeah.
Really?
We jumped off a roof into the pool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Actually, that's on
Facebook.
Facebook. You can see all
on my
that.
page,
A
yeah.
rooftop plunge in the pool? That's very Southern California.
Is that in the Facebook movie?
Yes, I think they do it. At
Oh, do
least,
they?
Yeah, they do it in the social network.
Yeah.
I really
totally.
oh,
Yeah.
right. So we've proper indulged in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what was that?
Well, everyone that goes to New Zealand doesn't want to come back, and now you've come to Los Angeles saying.
Well, yeah.
I
Actually,
don't wanna leave.
I was supposed to go home tomorrow, but I've extended now till Sunday.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we have an opportunity
yeah.
to take you guys to...
You don't know this.
You don't know this?
I don't know.
We have an exclusive opportunity to go to the private club, the Magic Castle in Hollywood, to see magic shows and great illusionists from around the world. And it's a private club that you can only get into if you are a member of the Academy of Magical Arts.
Are you a member?
Oh.
No, but I'm an ex. I wear some.
I want a ring. I want one of them.
No. I'm an ex-staff person. I used to tend a bar at the
Oh,
Magic Castle.
nice.
Yeah. So I used to be a mixologist there at the Magic Castle, and they said, "Great, it'd be lovely to come in." So we have our group going to the Magic Castle on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I'm really glad you extended your ticket.
Yes.
I'm really glad.
Had to be
that's
done.
great.
Yes. Too much going on.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Couldn't leave.
Way
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
I'm flying back on the 24th, but I just bought a Halloween costume today, so I've got a feeling that might be that I'm just going to stay.
Really?
Bilbo?
Haha.
Sexy Bilbo?
It was an Alice in Wonderland
Sexy
themed one.
Bilbo.
Is there such a thing?
But
hang on,
I could try and create a sexy.
Yeah, just expand upon that, please, if you
Go
would.
on.
Sexy Bilbo,
Make
eh?
me one.
Where's the ring?
Are you kidding me? I don't think there might be a sexy Galadriel costume you
Okay.
can pull off.
Yeah.
I would definitely give you bandwidth to do a sexy Gollum if you want to do a sexy Gollum.
That could be quite fun.
That could be fun.
I'll experiment with it. It could be like a body painted version
Yeah,
of it. That
but
would
a
be
sexy
quite cool.
Bilbo? Is that ever gonna happen? Come on.
Well, just you watch. After this movie comes out, you're gonna see sexy dwarf costumes come in.
You
Yeah.
think?
I guarantee.
All
I
right.
saw a sexy cheeseburger outfit last year. Come on.
Sexy.
How?
Yeah, it's like a
How?
form-fitting dress, and it's like lettuce and.
No, I could understand
Oh,
that.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
like sort of little. Yeah.
God,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
So like I'm thinking like it'll be just a screen printed like beard.
Right, okay.
I don't know. But I know it's
He
gonna
finds
happen.
the beard.
I want to see
Yeah, exactly.
pictures if there are sexy Bilbo
If you
and
can find me
sexy
one, I'll wear
dwarf.
it.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as we get Evangeline Lilly to show up in the second Hobbit film, there will be sexy Tauriel costumes.
Yeah, that would
You know,
work. Yeah.
the Liv Tyler style. I think.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Halloween costume that's like the Bakshi cartoons.
No,
Right.
it's not relevant anymore. Not after the impact. Not after the impact of Peter Jackson's imagery. And no one can beat that impact in pop
You
culture.
think no one's gonna watch or remember, acknowledge
Maybe.
Bakshi's animated. Hobbit
I would say yes, they will acknowledge it, but for Halloween costumes usually tend towards the most recent and the most relevant. That's
Oh,
Halloween.
really?
Well, here
Yeah.
in Los Angeles, yeah, you don't find many costumes that reach back to the nostalgic past. People pick out a thematic costume that's current.
So what's going to be the now? Then?
What have you just bought?
Well, I got an Alice in Wonderland one.
Oh!
So I'm well old school.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
really?
it's really cool. It's got like this big white bit here with it's crazy. It's great. I got really excited. I just had to get it.
That sounds wonderful.
Sexy Gollum needs to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a lot of Halloween costumes related to The Hobbit, just because it's in the air.
Yeah.
It's really in the
Yeah.
air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How about that?
So there's a
No.
Gene Deitch version of The Hobbit.
Who?
Gene Deitch.
Let's see. Do we have any other questions that have come in? Oh yeah, Lee Pace is playing Thranduil. Somebody in the live chat has identified the very stunning pictures of Lee Pace that has appeared recently in his full costume that
Right.
Weta designed
Right.
for playing Legolas's father, the Elven King, Thranduil. And have you seen Lee Pace? Do you know? He's a strikingly handsome fellow.
I haven't seen the pictures.
Oh,
haven't
we
seen the
want to see a
yet?
picture.
Yeah, let's see.
Pull it up.
Let's see. He's going to try to find it.
Give me a minute. So there's a question on the Facebook page. Does anyone in the family write fiction?
Well, Simon does.
Yeah, Simon.
And is anyone allowed to touch this world? Or is it, no interest in it?
I'd imagine the simple answer is no. Probably because I wouldn't imagine any members of the family would want to. Apart from Christopher, who obviously does touch that world with the books that he's done since Tolkien died, Silmarillion, Histories of Middle-earth, etc. I don't think anyone would have the desire to kind of go back in and do anything, and probably, I don't know.
No, nothing like that, no, because Simon, as we know, is very, very busy trying to differentiate himself from
of course,
any writing style or any association with John Ronald Reuel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's it. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Lee Pace, who we fell in love with in the American television show Pushing Daisies, and who we also see in The Fall, that Tarsem film. Did you see The Fall?
No.
That must be your next film experience.
All right.
Trust me.
Let's do it, yeah.
Tarsem had Jennifer Lopez in The Cell about 12 years ago, 15 years ago, and The Fall has this amazing performance by Lee Pace, and he's just amazing, really amazing. And it's all about the striking costumes and the visuals, the compositions of his directing.
Wow.
Tarsem went on to do The Immortals, which stars Luke Evans, and he's going to be our bad boy bard in The Hobbit.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So there's a Tarsem connection.
Yeah.
Two actors from Tarsem films now joining Peter Jackson.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is. You guys check out Lee Pace, this Thranduil. Can you, what do you think of this? You see these, like the pieces in his hair remind me of like bottle brush trees with these red.
That's pretty cool,
floral
isn't it?
And that's Orlando Bloom's dad.
Yes, that is Legolas's father. He is the king of the elven presence in Mirkwood, and throughout most of the book, Tolkien referred to him as the Elven King, and then he was named later on in Lord of the Rings as Thranduil, who is Legolas's father, Lord of the Greenwood or Mirkwood. So yeah, really impressive stuff. So you guys are seeing it now. The fans are just looking at the screen. So a lot of fans. Can you see costumes going really strongly? If only Halloween were after Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if only the movie were released before Halloween.
Yeah.
Then you'd see what happens. Here in Los Angeles, we are well known for a big, big, big street festival, a carnival with 25,000 people, literally jamming Santa Monica Boulevard across a.
Insane.
When's
Really?
It's on Halloween night. Halloween night.
There you go.
Still gonna be here. I'll do that.
Have to be here, guys.
Yeah.
Walk back and forth a mile. It's a mile long block.
Mile and a half of many, many city blocks blocked off from any other vehicle traffic. All costumes, all people showing off their best. And here in Hollywood, these people can do latex and effects makeup and lights and sound pieces and chips, the whole thing. Yeah.
People go nuts for Halloween over here, but it's
They
know,
do.
it's
I do
around
love
in the
it.
UK, but it's not as big as over here.
Really?
Yeah, I threw a Halloween party. Well, it was kind of my son's birthday last year.
Yeah.
He's going to have another one on the 27th for his 18th.
Oh, that's
So it's
a
gonna be
big day.
Oh, it's
He's not going to be a boy anymore. He's going to be a full-grown man.
Yeah, and
wow.
he's going to go crazy.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. I wasn't going to let him have it at the house, and then I just said, screw it, go for it. And he said, how big can I have it, Dad? I said, big.
You should
Which is not very wise.
You should show your son that movie Project X.
He's seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna start watching it. I saw it on the film list when I was on the plane, so I'll have to watch it on the way back. Because the guy next to me said, "Oh, you have to watch Project X. It's great."
It's the kids' party that goes to the ultimate extreme.
It's a true story, isn't it?
Well, you'd like to think so. You'd like to think it was a true story.
Oh, is it not? Oh, I thought it was.
What? Royd barely looks over 18 himself?
Yeah. Who said that?
Who said that?
Thanks, whoever said that.
Oh, really? Who did
There's
say
a couple
that?
questions. Can Roy say anything in Elvish?
No.
And do you think any of Tolkien's work, your great-grandfather's work, would translate into a TV series like Game of Thrones?
You know what? I've not seen Game of Thrones because I missed it when it first came out, and I thought I'm going to wait until I can sit down. I just want to blast straight through it.
It's amazing. Game of Thrones is amazing. It's just like The Lord of the Rings, but with absolute, unbelievable sex and profanity. And, and it's
definitely going to watch
it. Which is two things that you never ever find in Tolkien.
Yeah.
You don't find gratuitous sex or profanity ever. Ever.
So they whacked it in there, and it's.
And now the American audience is just eating it up like French fries, or chips as you call them.
So
bloody chips.
Which is your favorite Lord of the Rings movie?
Oh gosh, my favourite. I think I answered this potentially. I think I answered it in New Zealand.
You may have.
Yeah, so just watch that. Watch the rerun of that. Oh gosh, my favourite.
In what order are your favorites?
I would have to say, oh, gosh, difficult. Probably, maybe the Fellowship nudges ahead slightly of the rest because before I watched it, I didn't watch anything online. I saw nothing that was going on with it, and so I wanted to go in there fresh. And the feeling of that being drawn into that world on screen was unique. And the first time, so that for me was quite a big deal when I watched that the first time, so maybe that nudges it. Return of the King comes a very close second, maybe first, possibly, because I was in it.
Which I meant to ask you about.
And I saw, and I went over there, obviously if I was in it, I went over there and just got to see everything that was going on, and it was amazing. So there's a warm place in my heart for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then ever so slightly below that comes Two Towers.
Okay.
But only because of, but at any point you can ask me it again in 5 minutes and I'd switch those orders around. Because he sighed.
Yeah, okay, because he sighed.
Why?
This is how mercurial his opinion is.
Is that your favourite?
Yeah.
It's just like Star Wars. The second Star Wars was the best one, right? Empire. Two Towers was because I came into them, I hadn't read the books. I saw the trailer once.
Idiot.
I haven't read this thing either. Like, I'm going in spoiler free.
You've not read The Hobbit?
No.
You haven't read The Hobbit?
Wait, I saw the cartoon.
Why are you here?
Read The Hobbit, mate. Please.
We've been begging him for months.
Spoil the movie.
You won't.
You won't.
You won't.
The movie's
spoil
going to
it.
be a completely different beast.
I'm going to come
The movie's going to be a
movie
completely different thing.
From you. You're going to come in waiting
No,
for
it's
the stuff
true,
to
it's
happen,
true.
and I'm going to come in to enjoy it more than you.
And because when you love a book, you get almost offended by the films sometimes. You love the book so much, and then the film doesn't. Because obviously, if the film is as amazing and as intense and as detailed as the book, it would be 27 hours long,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like whenever you've read the book, then you're like, oh, I pictured the character like this, and now it looks like this, so maybe you're right. Maybe you'll enjoy it more.
I'll read the book after the movie comes out.
Okay.
All three?
All three.
All 3 books.
Really?
Only after I read the graphic novel. I'm going to work my way in reverse to the text.
We've been begging him. See, Pipsky says, thank you, Royd, for saying read the book.
Yeah.
You know why? And here's I understand having some anticipation based upon my expectations from the book. But now we've been talking about this for so many months, guys. You can expect that Peter Jackson is going to deliver a story quite different from this book. It's going to be filled with extra characters, extra scenes, material from the history of Middle-earth and the appendix of The Lord of the Rings. And you can read the book, Justin. You can have the pure experience of the book before the movies, and the movies are just going to color many other, corners of the world later.
Color the movies.
Oh.
As the Lord of the Rings did.
What an
after you watch
idiot.
The Lord of the Rings movies.
What a tool.
Oh my God, Justin.
Read the book first.
Tolkien is telling me to read the book.
Yeah,
Of
Jesus.
course you're going to tell me to read
Yeah.
the
You've
book.
got to.
course he
You've got
is.
to.
You've offended
The
him.
books are beautiful.
What would Peter Jackson
Books.
say?
He'd
What
say
would
read
Peter
the book. He'd say read the book.
He would
read
say,
it.
he'd say enjoy it. Enjoy it on its own merits.
Yeah.
Enjoy the movie on its own merits, yes.
And the book on
And
its
the
own
book.
merits.
After the movie.
After you see the 3 movies, I'm warning you, you'll read the book and you'll say, the book has got nothing in it. The movie's got all this other eventful stuff in it, and I'm gonna say that's why.
Oh, yeah, that makes
You
point.
got caught in Peter Jackson's trap. And that is an interesting conversation many of us have been having. What are the young kids going to do when they're watching all these movies, these new adaptations that Peter is about to foist upon us? Forgive the term. But they're going to go read the book and say, all this is missing. Radagast never shows up in this book, much less Gandalf running around in the torture dungeons of Dol Guldur finding Morgul knives. Well, that stuff is never there in the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see what we're talking about?
Yeah.
So, what do you
I
think?
would say simply read the book first.
Yeah.
Read the book first. I always, if I'm going to watch a film and it's an adaptation from a book, I'll read the book because I want its purest form. I want to read it as it was intended to be read, as it was intended to be put in your head.
Because then you've created everything in your own mind, so you've got that. Because if you do it the other way round, now when you read the book, you know what everyone looks like from the film. But the best thing about books is you're creating these characters.
You want your imagination to go nuts.
Yeah, it's the imagination that creates it all.
The imagination of the filmmakers I'm paying to go see their work.
What about your own imagination? You're so lazy. Come on.
Yeah, what
Now,
lazy git.
let me respond. let me take a minute. Let me take a minute here and respond to one of our fans in the chat room, Adalas, who says, "Baloney. There are so many events every couple of chapters in The Hobbit. You'd barely miss the extras." Well, I appreciate that point, but I'm only talking about the mindset of someone who I know very well. I'm only talking about Justin. And I know how he will say that the movie was much, much more eventful and plot-heavy because that's what Peter's going to give us. Rumors are coming from Norway theater owners that the running time is 2 hours and 44 minutes. 2 hours and 44 minutes for the first Hobbit film. And back in 1977, Rankin and Bass produced a complete and concise animated version of The Hobbit that constituted barely 90 minutes. Barely 90 minutes, and the entire Hobbit story was told, right through to the very end. And now we've got 244 minutes, 2 hours and 44 minutes, excuse me, and we're not even 1/3 through the story yet.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, it's great. I think
But
it's
read
great.
the book.
But it's a different thing. It's a very different thing.
It is,
Here's
yeah.
the other big debate we've been having.
All
right? The George Lucas syndrome.
right.
The Hobbit is a prequel. George Lucas did 3 prequels and pretty much ruined Star Wars for half the population. Like, nobody likes the prequels.
Right.
And so The Hobbit's coming out. It's a children's book. It's more childish humor. It's fart jokes. It's let's see how much I can eat. You know, are the Hobbits movies gonna be the prequel equivalent?
Nah.
You don't think?
No, because Peter's going to be doing a cracking good job of it, and no, it's Peter. It's Peter. It's Richard. It's Weta. It's New Zealand. It's kind of close to.
The curse of the prequel doesn't always exist for everybody all the time. Sometimes it does, but there's some very, very good examples of prequels coming out that were wonderful and really, really added very, very much to an existing franchise.
Really?
Yes, it's true. It does happen. You've seen it happen yourself
Like
before.
what?
Well, let me see.
Prometheus, disappointed.
Prometheus
I
doesn't.
quite enjoy
I loved Prometheus.
I did, yeah.
I've not seen it.
It's very.
I got well into it. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
great.
filled with ideas and gore and great Ridley Scott stuff. Great stuff. What do you think? All right, let me see. How about a prequel that delivers the goods?
Because, no, but look at all Peter Jackson's movies
I know
after
that-
Lord of the Rings. King Kong was a little bloated. Right? Like, no one's nervous. No one is nervous about him revisiting a tiny children's book like this and making 3 epic long movies about it.
Yeah, maybe there's a few nerves there, but more excitement than it's a nervous excitement.
Okay.
Nervous excitement.
Let me rephrase
Okay.
a different question. Is Peter Jackson's Hobbit trilogy going to lose the youthful magic that this text?
You wouldn't know, would you?
No.
Because you ain't read
Haven't
it.
read
So
the
read
book,
it
so-
and then ask that question.
That's why I'm asking
What a knob! Isn't that true?
Yes.
There was someone that said here, read the book before you accuse the film of fart jokes. And I think that was quite a good point right there.
Read the book before you use the film.
Can anyone hear what Justin's saying? Probably can't.
Yeah,
thankfully.
In the very back.
They can hear you in the very back. If I turn it like this.
To moan about it, so.
No, you don't.
Well, look. Okay. What's this?
I've just
laying down the law.
Yeah, Tolkien laying down the law yet again. There you go.
so there's nobody's nervous about these movies. I mean, there's more stakeholders in play. With the MGM crew, there's just more at stake now. The pressure is higher.
The pressure is on in the marketplace because
I don't think it's pressure on Peter. I just think
not really.
No, because
it's on Warner Brothers. But not on Peter.
I don't think, and I don't know, but I think it was a decision that Peter and Fran and Philippa arrived at themselves. I don't think Warner's turned around and said, hang on a second, you do 3, we're going to make more money. You don't, you're not on it. I think it was just Peter's evolution to get there and decide that, we've got so much material here, we could turn this into 3 movies, 3 great movies. So I don't think it's that kind of pressure that Peter's got, which is he has to deliver financially 3 successful movies. I just think he's just Peter and Richard's just Richard. They're going to deliver the greatest movies you can imagine because that's just what they do.
Yeah, and I think that was well said. And I think if you go into a film and say, oh, prequels, they're always bad, they always suck, then you're going to pick holes in something. If you go in open-minded, you haven't read the book, go in there and enjoy it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So.
Yeah.
I don't want to be disappointed.
You got to read the book.
I don't know.
Read the book.
What would it take for you to read the book?
I'm a bigger movie fan than I am a book fan.
Yeah, but don't you
I
enjoy...
saw The Lord of the Rings before I read it.
Yeah, well, now switch it round.
What? I had such a good time last time. The opening scene of Two Towers, when you followed Gandalf and he fell, and you followed that, and there's an epic... I was just like... And then the trees started fighting. I was like...
Were you you've read The Lord of the Rings? Have you read The Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Were you disappointed when you read it after the films?
No, not at all. They were wonderful.
Really? And
I still have an imagination enough to I can enjoy the books, but I love movies more.
And the films painted everything for you, so you're just reading it again and if you
I have a visual that I can assign.
You have your own visual, and that's the beauty of books.
The reason Peter Jackson and Richard Taylor were hired is because their imagination is greater than most other people in the entire world.
But we still have
so they're going to do a better job than my head can ever do.
Really?
You think?
I'm really like... There's a reason I'm not reading this.
Everyone's imagination is amazing, and obviously Peter Jackson is amazing at bringing it to life, his own imagination to life. But it doesn't mean that what's inside my head or your heads isn't as good as that. It's just that we're not as experienced in the...
Not as good. My imagination will not be as good as Richard Taylor's.
Yeah, I can get it. I can get where you're coming from, but I would still read the book.
Lady.
Yeah, it's just shoddy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do it.
Yeah. I blame the educational system for not
No, I would say...
primaries.
Listen, I would say getting back on the subject of when prequels actually do work and work very, very well, look at The Godfather Part 2.
Look at The Godfather Part 3.
That's not a prequel. The Godfather Part 2 is where we go and explore Vito Corleone's early life before he was the Godfather.
And then 20 years
Look at
later,
come on.
he visits The Godfather 3.
What about X-Men First Class? It was fantastic and way but still the prequel of the early story before. Come on.
Different filmmaker. That's what I'm saying.
Fight. Geek fight on theonering.net.
The next geek fight that we've been having is Peter Jackson a perfectionist to the point where he'll do what George Lucas did and kind of special edition the original Lord of the Rings trilogy because, you know, as the Hobbit trilogy
Well-
progresses, there will be continuity things that need to take place. Will Peter Jackson make a special edition with...
So go back to the rings, reshoot some stuff
to make
Yeah, is that what you're
continuity
saying?
changes. Yes. Well, this has been. First I was going to say this was an artificial argument, but it's not. It's actually based on commentary on the DVD trilogy extended editions. You listen to the director's audio commentary track, and you'll hear Peter say, "You know, looking at that Gollum who's climbing that ladder in Fellowship of the Ring for 5 seconds, I'd like to go back and redo that maybe someday when we can get it to look more like the Gollum we ended up with in the next movie." So there is a precedent for the possibility that he might go do technical jiggery pokery to the trilogy to make characters or things or situations fit in the more continuity sense. I guess the jury is out on that conversation until we see the Hobbit films come out and see what kind of context he's going to need to build.
Yeah,
I guess.
Exactly.
What do you think?
I don't see a harm in going back to it because it's his baby, you know, and if the technology has advanced so much, and from what I've seen in New Zealand, it's just progressed. It's been, you know, a good length of time. The technology's better. Their skills are better at what they did so perfectly in the beginning with Lord of the Rings that, I'd go back there and tweak a few things and have a fiddle around with some other effects and maybe change Gollum round. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, Georgie, do you mind that a filmmaker might go back and tinker with his film, even though you think it was perfect the first time?
It's hard, isn't it? Because with tradition and like classic, obviously it's not that old to be a classic film, but I guess it is. It's hard to. It's like if you remake. Like Breakfast at Tiffany's or something, you know, like a really amazing film.
Who would
you
ever?
know, it would be really hard for anyone to be Audrey Hepburn. You know, things like that. It is tricky, but there's no harm in trying, is there?
You think?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of fans have gotten upset.
They're upset.
Well, the Lucas conversation is revamping the Star Wars films.
Yeah.
And changing it so that Greedo shot at Han Solo first. So that Han Solo would not look like an amoral ruffian just blowing Greedo apart without defending himself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those changes in the film changed some of the moral equation of some of the characters, and some fans feel that that's bogus.
Right.
So they've been arguing about this for many years now.
There's actually, someone brings up a good point in the chat room.
Yes.
That, and I get the question will lead into the question. Tolkien is known for, as any writer, making notes.
Yeah.
You know, during
Yeah,
the
good point.
progression,
Yeah.
You know, even after the first publishing, you make notes and make tweaks.
Yeah.
So, did you see any of these first editions or noted revisions that he went?
No. Any of the books that he would go through and sort of make notes, and no, I never seen any of those now. Well, they do exist, I know, because he did go back and tweak and adjust, and as anyone would do.
Yeah, everyone does.
It's like you build a house and you build it as perfect as you want. You go back in and change the colour, fix a few things, add a little bit extra to it. You don't live there for the rest of your life.
Jenny didn't hear your question, Justin. Let's rephrase the question. Anyway.
What's Justin saying?
Yeah,
it's boring.
Let's go on to the next
Yeah.
question.
They won't tune me out now.
Tell us what it was like wearing Viggo's wig.
Oh.
Did you actually wear Viggo's wig when you did your part for Return of the King?
I think because costume and makeup were kind of thought, you know what, Peter might stick Royd right in front of the camera, so we best put all the good stuff on him.
Oh,
and so,
okay. Not the cheap wigs, but the nice ones.
Yeah.
With the cheesecloth that goes on for days.
Yeah, it was
the whole
incredible.
thing, yeah.
Glued my hair back.
Yeah.
Stuck the wig on. And it was seamless. It was perfect. And then all the costumes were fabulous.
He still has his bloody hair. I can't believe it. We're the same age, and he has all of his bloody hair.
Yeah,
It's
too
insane.
much of it.
Yeah.
Thick and luscious.
Ladies, Royd Tolkien, ladies and gentlemen. No, it wasn't like.
Yeah, it was brilliant, and the costumes that I wore, was unbelievable. The undergarments were detailed and you know that you'd never see it, like embroidered and leather work on it. It was just multiple layers of fabulous costume that you would never ever and did never see
Really? Well, where can fans find you? Where is the scene? Is it regular version or extended edition where we can find you?
Both. There's more in the extended.
Yeah.
It's the bit where Osgiliath is getting attacked, and there's that ugly elephant orc, which is his name
Gothmog.
Gothmog.
And he shows up. He's commanding the orc invasion.
He's in a boat and he's paddling along. Or someone's paddling, they make a noise and they go, shh, quiet.
Yes.
And then it's with Faramir, and Faramir says, to the river. And it pans across to me, and I'm handing spears out.
Oh, I do remember seeing you handing spears out. Yeah.
And in the extended, I think there's more to it as well. I've not seen the extended for a long time.
Yeah.
Really? I think there's a little bit more. Maybe you pass me as he goes to find out what's going on and what the commotion is, and then he says his line and runs past me again, and I'm handing stuff out. Yeah, it was brilliant. It was a whole day of shooting.
Whole day, just one. You were on set one day.
On set for a whole day, and it was a privilege and a great joy to do it. And just hang out there and see how it was all sort of
so good.
A small, tiny nugget of it was put together. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was really good.
What was the Osgiliath set like? Was that at Stone Street Studios?
Yeah, Stone Street. Yeah, fantastic. 360 walk around it, upstairs. That so many multiple angles you can film from. It was brilliant, and it looked.
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't. A lot of it wasn't stone. The actual flats that were kind of decorated and whatnot weren't stone, but they looked stone. You would have to go up to it and hit it to find out that actually it wasn't stone. It's just brilliant. Yeah, unbelievable.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. It was very, very cool.
Well, when I was there in April visiting the Hobbit set, I saw some really, really amazing things. The speed and the effectiveness of the crew. What a talented group of people
I can imagine,
that Peter has hired.
Yeah.
They would change the cameras around so they could shoot their action scenes from one side of the forest and then the other side. And Andy Serkis was actually directing, second unit directing with the elves fighting with orcs. And I've just broken my non-disclosure agreement. Anyway, really fantastic. And
he was only joking. It's not really.
Actually, you guys.
What did you just say there?
I said it.
Expand upon that,
I said it
mate.
because you guys have seen it. Wait, no, that footage was seen at San Diego Comic-Con, so it's not a secret anymore. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
But we see Evangeline Lilly in these fight scenes, and it's really interesting because they have very, very tough day. The crew, the lighting crew, the technical guys, and Andy says, "Okay, we're done. We've shot 25 times from this side. Let's reverse all the walls and the cameras." And in minutes, bare minutes, they drop all the black cloths and the green screens, move them all the way around the set, and rebuild in seconds. They're ready to shoot.
Wow.
And it's a huge construct in this big studio. You've seen how they work. What a talented bunch of people. Really cool. Really cool to watch them work. And to see Andy in his element as a director. His new element as a director. You've met Andy a few times?
I have, a few times. He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
And I you know what? I think when I first heard that Andy was going to direct second unit, I thought, perfect, what a choice, brilliant, genius decision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, because he's also so familiar with the whole world.
Yeah.
But good move from Peter. That is
very good. Yeah.
People in the chat room want to know if you are aware that you were speaking to Samwise Gamgee. Cliff was the voice of Sam.
Oh, really?
In the video game.
Really?
There was an American edition of the video game that was not based on the film.
Yeah.
Because those video games with that movie license had Sean Astin and Ian McKellen do those voices.
Yeah.
But I was in another video game based on the book, and I got to provide the voice of Sam.
Nifty.
Well done.
That was fun. Yeah. You know, the more voice.
Do the voice.
No.
Yeah, do it, please,
No.
please.
Is it like this? Is it?
No.
I have to do that. I don't know why I was doing that.
Please, Mr. Gandalf, sir, don't turn me into anything unnatural. That was it.
Yes.
Something like that. Thank you.
Cool Cliff.
No, we've got the audience here. Hey, this is about Roy Tolkien being here, not me.
Carry on.
There was a question earlier. Did you did you call your great grandfather by any nicknames, or was he just great grandpa?
No. He was. Well, I was 4 when he died, so I didn't really call him.
Is he referenced as?
Just great grandfather. You know, yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Not referenced by any nickname or anything. No. But he did. He had Tollers and Ronald. He had a few different
Tollers. Yeah. Tollers. His friends called him that, didn't?
I think
C.S.
so. Yeah.
Jack Lewis or C.S. Lewis called him Tollers, I think.
Yeah. I think
Very
he had a
interesting.
few names. Yeah.
I read something that Simon published in an interview once, where he remembers being dragged to a church service.
Right.
With J.R.R. Tolkien, and it was something that was very funny at the time. The liturgy had just been changed from traditional Latin to English. It was something new that the Catholic Church in England was trying to do. It was some edict where they just decided, we're not going to do the traditional Latin anymore. And J.R.R. Tolkien went nuts, speaking in a very loud, demanding Latin voice. He did the whole liturgy, did the whole service, but insisted on not doing it in English. And he went back to doing it his way, and Simon was remembering this bit. He was just
brilliant.
a little boy, and he said, God, I remember that was excruciating. I remember that was I was so keenly embarrassed, but, you know, a grandfather wouldn't have it any other way.
Passionate.
He had to have his way with the traditional Latin approach to the Catholic Mass. And of course, people are looking for stories like that from you, but the generation time gap was a bit off then.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways, keep searching online, and you'll find Simon sharing those weird stories instead. Right? Okay, there you go. The pressure's off. You don't have to do it anymore. You don't have to do that anymore, Roy. Now they get it.
So
Okay.
do you keep up on other fantasy movies and books? Did you read Harry Potter?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved
What
them.
other fandoms do you have? I've always wanted to know what other real. You're not a Twilight fan, are you?
I enjoyed the movies.
He's a closet Twilight fan.
I thought the movies were kind of, pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they are. They're pretty cool.
My hat's off to Bill Condon, who knows what he's doing as a director. He created Gods and Monsters, which is one of Ian McKellen's great performances.
Right.
But, you know.
How do you make a Lord of the Rings connection to everything?
I do it. That's what they pay me for. They don't. No one pays me anything. But that's what I do. I professionally find 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon with every Lord of the Rings actor ever. And director and writer and music, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just that way. But no, what other fandoms do you like? Trek? You a Star Trek fan?
Oh, yeah. Next Generation. Yeah, that was my thing.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah, Picard. Also, one of my favourite authors is Neil Gaiman.
Yes, hello, Neil Gaiman. I'm a huge Sandman fan.
Oh, like massive, yeah.
Okay, you know Neil Gaiman's work?
I'm gonna listen to you guys, so no, I don't.
Okay, he's a comic book writer who's
Right.
actually gone into books and movies.
Yeah.
And Coraline, if you saw Coraline, that was his short story.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah, I've seen that
Beautiful.
advertised. Yeah, it looks great.
Beautiful stop motion animation from a couple of years ago. And what else has Neil Gaiman? He worked with Terry Pratchett.
Yes.
Actually,
My favourite Neil Gaiman books is oh crap, what was it? The Graveyard Boy.
The Graveyard Boy.
Graveyard Boy. Is that right?
Is
that right?
Ask the Meltdown guys. They're the comic book.
Yeah. Hey, Meltdown. What did Neil Gaiman? Oops, who broke the chair? What did Neil Gaiman write? That was the Graveyard Boy.
Graveyard Boy.
Was that a short story he did, or
No, it was a novel.
a novel?
Yeah.
Oh, there was a novel.
Ah.
I don't read books with words.
They only look at
It's one of
pictures.
your mates.
Yeah, he says, I don't read books with words, I read with pictures. And that is the answer we should get at a comic book shop, right?
I wonder if there's any. Is it? Oh God! It must be. I'm pretty positive. Graveyard Book. Yeah. No, Graveyard Boy.
I don't remember that story.
Google.
Graveyard Book.
American Gods as well.
I'm
Superb.
a very big fan of American Gods. That's a great book.
Okay.
American Gods, yeah, was just unbelievable. I deeply love Neil Gaiman. I think he's
and also that really interesting short story he did. What was it? Stardust,
which was turned into a film.
With Michelle Pfeiffer
Yeah,
and
film.
a really great Robert De Niro in drag.
Yeah.
Fun, really fun movie.
Yeah.
Check out Stardust. You guys have to see it.
Yeah.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
Well,
Stardust is great.
Read
fun.
the book.
Read the book.
First. Or read the comic book. Read the comic book first.
I can do that.
You can read
Yeah,
the comic book
okay.
books. Okay. That's too funny. Oh, yeah. Sir Shah loves Stardust. So do we. Good. So, yeah, there's a lot of Neil Gaiman connections.
Yeah, yeah.
Sandman, his
Yeah.
greatest accomplishments.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Sandman? Never been made into a film. Not yet. Never been touched as an adaptation. It's amazing, that stuff.
It is incredible. I haven't looked at it for years now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe.
It's still as good.
Yeah.
It's
They'd probably have it
still as
down
good.
there, wouldn't they?
They have complete collections.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Really good stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, good. He's a Neil Gaiman fan.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, big.
Good stuff.
Yeah, what else? Fantasy-wise? I don't know. I'm thinking books, but
Potter?
films or...
books or comics.
Potter,
or
Rowling.
anything,
You read?
Stephen King.
Yeah. J.K. Rowling, superb.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just had
I love
another
it.
book published now, hasn't she?
Yeah.
But I don't
The Casual
hear...
Vacancy, her new book. Yeah.
Don't hear that the reviews were particularly brilliant, but
were
I'll
they
still
not?
read it.
Yeah, I want to read it.
I've heard good reviews.
Oh, have you?
I've
Yeah.
heard good reviews, and the question is, in every reviewer commenting on the new J.K. Rowling book, they say, would this book have gotten any attention if it wasn't her brand and her name on it? That's a different conversation.
Oh, I see.
But
Yeah,
they say
tricky,
they say it's a very good workmanlike book
Yeah.
that is very well thought out and has just enough melodrama in the third act, and the thing that's different about it is that there's no magic. There's no Harry
Yeah.
Potter, no
I
spells.
see, I
It's
see.
like dealing with the world of muggles, entirely with muggles
Yeah.
and their mundane concerns. For some readers, they'll have to shift over from the magical to the mundane.
Yeah.
But
Right,
they
yeah.
did say it was a
Yeah.
rather good book.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
read it.
For the reviews I've read.
Oh, good. Pipsky in the chat room says that they have books on CD for me.
Oh, perfect, yeah.
Yes.
Books on CD.
Yeah, they do have audiobooks. Lots of audiobooks.
Is there one for The Hobbit?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Who reads it? What's the best version? Isn't the new iPad version of The Hobbit include some of J.R.R. Tolkien reading it?
There was a fly then. I don't know, is there? I'm not sure, actually.
I forgot what
It's back. They're asking what music you're into.
Yeah. What music do you like?
Georgie's music.
Nice.
Georgie's music.
Pretty
yeah.
good, huh? Like that?
Thank you. That
Huh?
was good. That was good.
Yeah.
I wasn't even like hinting
Nothing
on
else.
that. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's all it is.
Don't know any other
The
type
name of the
music.
band again?
Carnation
Twink.
Yeah, well remembared. Yeah.
Yes, Carnation Twink. No, I'm a big fan of the stuff that I grew up with. My mom was playing Joan Baez and classic Fleetwood Mac records
Love
and
Fleetwood Mac, yeah.
and Ray Charles and then all of a sudden I was making a very quick evolution to her Beatles collection.
My
And-
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was surrounded by it was just 70s rock,
Yeah.
wall to wall 70s rock. It was all Pink Floyd and all
Yeah.
Eagles and Fleetwood Mac all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up on.
I was
Great generation.
brought
Yeah.
up on Elvis. I'm a huge
I love Elvis too.
fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, number one above everyone else is Elvis for me, even
Yeah.
above you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Elvis beat me.
Yeah. Yeah, massive Elvis fan. Love him.
He
Love
can
him.
sing
Amazing.
anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
At
Anything.
any
In
point.
the history of song.
Yeah. Nails it, yeah.
Amazing.
You're a
Elvis
big fan as
radio
well.
on Siri-
Oh no, I used to
satellite.
when I was here. I lived here for a while. That's
Ah,
all I used
well,
to
they
listen
have that
to.
here.
Yeah, on the
24/7 Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Incredible, yeah.
Wow. Let's have a clam bake.
Huh?
You don't know
Yeah,
what
Elvis
clap-
reference. I made a really oblique Elvis
I just
Presley
thought,
reference.
or peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah,
he
he likes his-
liked those sandwiches,
His
didn't
fried peanut butter banana sandwiches.
Clam bake.
Yeah.
6:28, so we should.
Alright.
Oh, look.
No, shit. Oh, not shit.
It's live on the internet.
It's live. You
I've,
said it. It's done.
I've parked outside on a meter thing and it's...
Oh, we're past
Oh,
the meter
no.
time.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Oh, lordy. Well, guys, I think we better sign off and say thank you very much for joining us. All 20,900 of you. Yeah, right now we have 358 live, but our total number, 20,903. How
That's
about
not
that?
too bad, is it?
Rock
It's not too
on.
bad. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty
Georgie, wonderful.
Absolute
Wonderful
pleasure.
to have you. What
Thank
a great,
you.
what a great talented lady.
Ah,
you guys
thank you.
look up Carnation Twink.
Thank you.
Georgie's going to sing her heart out and
Now.
do some
No, but I'm hoping to get a gig out here, so
you should.
I will let you know, and then
should
you can let them know. So.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And if we do it, we should do live video at the show, shouldn't we?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, we should.
And then I
That'd be
can
great.
watch it when I'm in Wales.
Yeah, it's true, in Wales.
Roy, last
But
question.
we don't have internet there.
Last
no,
quick
we don't.
question.
Yes.
Can we see you in a cameo in The Hobbit upcoming at all, or can you say or not?
Oh no, I can't. I'm not in. No
cameos. Okay, because someone was asking.
There's 2 more years to go, though.
There's a
There's
possibility.
plenty of time.
Yeah.
Do some pickup shots somewhere.
Yeah.
We might be in
And
the
for
back.
me to get my music on the next one, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. Hey guys, it's been a great show. You're the best audience that we could ever have.
Yeah, thanks very much.
We're
Thank
signing
you.
off from Meltdown Comics, right here in the heart of Hollywood. This is the epicenter of all geekdom and great graphic novels and comic books right here in LA. And you can follow Royd Tolkien, if you would like. Follow him on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
At Royd Tolkien.
I must do some tweets then.
Yes. Then you have to start talking and promoting your good work. And your Twitter account where they can follow you?
At Georgie Leahy. So
And that is
EAHY. And Georgie with an IE.
Leahy.
Perfect.
Leahy.
Or at Carnation Twink, which we've said a gazillion
at
times.
Carnation Twink. Yay, excellent. And you guys can follow me, QuickBeam2000. I'm at QuickBeam2000, a character referenced from the Two Towers. And this has been a really great time.
Thank you
Has
for
been
having
fun.
me.
Thank
What a
you.
wonderful
Thanks for inviting me
pop
down.
culture conversation with our very talented friends. It's great to have Royd Tolkien with us, and Georgie, you're a lovely, lovely
Thank
guest.
you very much. No, I've really enjoyed
Thank you
it.
for
I was
bringing
really
this-
nervous.
No, look at how easy
I
and fun
loved
this
it. Yeah,
is.
it was easy and fun.
And
Exactly.
just 21,000 people just saw us having a good time.
Exactly. That's
having
what
a very
life's
good
about,
time.
eh?
Oh,
I
wow.
guess I gotta read the book. Everyone.
And
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use
Commit
your
to it.
imagination.
Commit to it.
It's there for a
Please
reason.
commit to it, or I will never speak to you again.
Oh.
Second Hutch is saying, I want watermelon for some reason.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we all want.
Thank
you.
I can't quite eat it.
That's very
Yeah,
clever.
read the book, Justin.
Yeah, Brighter Moon.
In
has
capital
been commanded.
letters.
You've convinced me.
Yay!
You've convinced me.
Very good.
Superb.
I have 1
Very
month.
good.
Oh, look,
2 months.
he's even holding it,
You
so
can read
you know
it
that
in
is a
4 hours.
commitment right there.
You can read that book in just a few hours, trust me.
Yeah, do
All right,
it.
guys.
Tonight, do it.
Thank you guys
gonna
for being
start it tonight.
a great audience. Hey, Omar, it's wonderful to see you and your son all the way from Texas. Thank you, Omar, for joining us. Good night,
Omar.
Jenny. And thank you, Peter and Pipsky, all of our friends, our usual suspects. We'll see you next week on Torn Tuesday with more mischief right here from Meltdown Comics in the heart of LA. I'm signing off, Quick Beam, also known as Cliff Broadway in the real world. I hope to see you guys next week. Stay tuned to theonering.net for more breaking news and a lot more fun stuff as we cover The Road to the Hobbit, December 14th, 2012, hitting theaters nationwide.
Excited.
Worldwide, actually.
Yeah.
See you guys next time. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
And good night.
Night.
Good night.
And we're off.
Are we off?
Are we off?
Oh, yeah.